तो बजट पेश करने के बाद केंद्रीय वित्त मंत्री निर्मला सीतारमण प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रही हैं। क्या कुछ कह रही है, लिए चलते हैं आपको। तो टीडीएस की प्रक्रिया, ये तमाम राहतें जो मिडिल क्लास को दी गई हैं वो कहीं ना कहीं आम लोगों के लिए बड़ी राहत है। सरकार ने टैक्स स्लैब्स में काफी बदलाव किए हैं जो टैक्स पेयर्स के लिए कहीं ना कहीं बड़ी राहत के तौर पर इसे देखा जा रहा है। मिडिल क्लास हो, किसान हो, युवाओं हो। प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस वित्त मंत्री कर रही निर्मला सीतारमण, क्या कुछ कह रही हैं, लिए चलते हैं।
Budget, how even pump storage will have greater attention. Solar and wind and renewable energy has also been taking consistently good importance in our budgets. This time we are talking about the small modular reactors. I have also announced that there shall be 2 amendments, one to the Atomic Energy Act and the other one for the civil liability. All of this is going to help us attain energy security. Insurance sector's FDI limits have been enhanced. That is another important announcement. I'll end my opening statement with 2 things. There is no reduction in the public spending on capital expenditure. Let's put that up front. We continue to place emphasis on the multiplier effect that capital expenditure done by government has shown, has sustained us. We continue on that. And with all this, our fiscal prudence has aligned itself to the glide path that we announced in 2020-21. So we've kept ourselves in alignment. Fiscal prudence has been maintained. And the next year, coming years, estimate is also been given. Well under 4.5 is what we had said earlier. We are also projecting the same. So this is just as an opening statement. There's a lot more to say. But as you all ask questions, so shall we answer. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. 225. 225. Mic, please.
Ma'am, this is Shrimi Chaudhary from NDTV Profit. I just wanted to understand, ma'am, here. Ma'am, you said the new income tax bill will come next week. Will that be in the form of draft, and where you are also going to take stakeholder comments on that?
Yes, as a bill, any bill goes to the standing committee, and the standing committee will, of course, consult with so many stakeholders. And then it will come back to us, and if necessary, any more amendments, if need to be brought in, we'll bring it in and take it forward in the House.
So do we expect implementation in this in the fiscal year in FY26?
Do you expect what?
Do we expect the implementation of?
Well, let it get passed. I hope it will get passed without much of a difficulty. But it is only after its passing.
Sure. Thank you.
35. Front.
Ma'am, Timsi Jaipuria, this side from CNBC TV 18. As you said, this is a very responsive government, which is why government decided to give these tax rebates. But given the structure that you have announced, ma'am, up to 12 lakh is the rebate. Any reason why this rebate has been hiked from 7 to 12 lakh? Is it that the incomes or salaries were not growing up to the mark, which is why government thought that this rebate needs to be given? And also, how do you make up for this 1 lakh crore of revenue loss? Will it not impact the budget estimates? Where will you get this money from?
Well, Tipsy, I think the first question is, you said that this, when the incomes are not growing. This is an income tax. Only when there is an income, then we are talking of the tax. So income has to grow to the level to discuss about the tax. Now, why from 7 to 12 lakh? It is something like, it was earlier 2.2 lakhs. When 2014, it became 2.5 lakh, nobody is going to pay tax. Then there was a 2019 that, we said 5 lakhs, nobody is going to pay tax. Then we said it was raised to 7 lakhs. And now it's being raised to 12 lakhs. So this is a perception that the government feels that, on the average 1 lakh per month, if you have, then you need not pay tax, which means that, we are doing it in 2 ways. One is we are reducing the slab rates. we are expanding the slabs. If you would have noticed, the slabs are now 0 to 4, 4 to 0, uniform slabs, and there is a gradualism. There was a thing when we had earlier 20%, then it was jumping to 30%. Now it is 20, we have introduced 25 also. So it's the gradual thing which has been done. Now this benefits every one of the taxpayers, because whatever benefits which has come from the slabs gets transmitted across. So therefore everyone gets a benefit. Now the second part, FM decided that, well, some people should get a little more benefit than merely slab rate reduction would have given. And so therefore an extra rebate. So slab rate reduction for everyone, and extra rebate for 7 lakhs were already getting it, not 7 to 5 lakhs more people have been added. So this is the philosophy behind it. And as you said, why you do it, I think we expect that all that money which they gave, it comes back to the economy in either consumption, savings or investments, in whatever way they choose to do.
I just want to add to that. If you compare what we've done today with what prevailed in 2014 under the Congress government, what we are, most often the narrative is we should put money back in the hands of the people. I want to please give this comparison for your consideration. If you compare it with the 2014 tax rates under the Congress, for somebody who's earning 8 lakhs, nearly 1 lakh more money is in their pockets today because of the amendments that we've brought in. Meaning, 1 lakh income tax in 2014 is 0 income tax now. So that money is going back to the people in their hands for those who are earning 8 lakhs. For those earning 12 lakhs, 2 lakh was the income tax in 2014 versus today 0 which is proposed. Meaning nearly 2 lakh more money in the pockets of people who are earning 12 lakh. All right, did I stop it there? As Finance Secretary rightly said, across the board everybody is getting benefit because the rates have also been brought down. Not just the rebates being given to up to 12 lakhs. Rates for everybody is being brought down. As a result, take somebody who earns 24 lakhs in a year. The income tax on them in 2014 was 5.6 lakhs. 2014. For them, now it is only 3 lakhs. The rate change has benefited somebody who earns 24 lakh as well. So 2.6 lakh rupees more in the pocket of people who are earning 24 lakh. So it is not just those who are up to 12 lakh because they are not paying any tax at all, because rebate is given to make up for the tax amount which they have to pay. It is not just up to 12 lakh. Even for others, benefit is accruing, and compared to what it was in 14, that much amount of money is going back to those respective money earners. Just compare it with 24 tax rates, which is prevailing now and what is being proposed. I would like to draw the comparison. 8 lakh people, meaning those who are earning 8 lakhs. 30,000 rupees more is being put back into their pockets, meaning they would be paying 30,000 in the prevailing tax, 8 lakh salaried wale. Now they pay 0 in the new proposal. Similarly, 12 lakh salary or income wale would have 80,000 rupees tax to pay in the current prevailing taxation rates. They would have 80,000 rupees now go back to their pockets. They don't have to pay that tax. Go to the 24 lakh and compare with the present rates. Present prevailing rate, they have to pay 4.1 lakh rupees as tax. We are saying now they will have 1.10 lakh in their pockets, which they don't have to pay as tax. So we have put good substantial amounts into the pockets of people who deserve to get that. And I would want that to be highlighted compared to what prevailed in 14 and what prevails just this year.
3. 3 number.
Ma'am, many congratulations. Something that has been quoted to you as well as the Prime Minister and yesterday the Chief Economic Advisor hinted, in terms of disinvestment. and where you should not get into, government. You yourself have been talking from 2020, 21, and subsequently, government should be in less spaces. Has it been a strategy? Because I know you're committed to it, but last budget you didn't refer to it. This budget you have not referred to it. The target still remains there. Is there any impetus that you're going to do towards what has already been announced by the budget? For example, bank privatization of banks and others. That's one. And the second because that was unanswered, you're making it simpler, the income tax, and bringing a thing. Does this mean that you can now not necessarily all the time you can do it through a schedule or an executive order if you want to give some relief to a common man in the new income tax bill that you bring in?
No, giving relief any time will have to go to the parliament, because if we are giving fiscal relief to people, it has to have approval from the parliament. So but what the tax simplification really means is the complication in the language, the circuitous way in which they were explaining things, and adding too many exemptions. You will realize that when we brought in the new tax regime, we didn't want the old